I got you, people. So you know that Joe Biden, the Democratic president, gave his last speech in the United Nations addressing country and people, and I guess the world, because I don't know how far the broadcast went to, that he's not going to run for re-election as presidency, that he's stepping down because it's better to step down than to being a dictator. Now, I don't know what he meant by that. I don't know who's running up he thinks that they're going to do more than 8 years in office and become a dictator. But anyway, so Joe Biden and his administration thinks the 4 years that he was in office, that he did a pretty good job for people in country. And you know, as well as the country knows, that he did a terrible job, right? Not only that we were at peace 4 years when they called Donald Trump a clown and unfit to be a president, but when Mr. Trump was in office, we had no wars. Soon as the Democrats took office, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, we've been in chaos and at war, inflation, uncertainty, government corruption. You already know that, and it's never going to end until somebody steps down. It looks like the FBI is doing something, but we don't know what they're doing. It's probably a show so the people could be at ease at some point. But the government is always corrupt, so we need a strong leadership. So, as I was saying, so the Biden administration did nothing for the country and people, right? It took us to war, and the only way Biden could come out looking good for them 4 years is winning one of these wars, right? Either supplying Ukraine to win Russia, supplying Israel, beating Hamas, and now Lebanon, because Israel had rigged some commercial supplies going into the country, and Lebanon got these devices, pages and walkie-talkies, and it started blowing up in civilian faces. So now Israel has another problem with Lebanon. So it looks like the chain is not going to be broken. There's going to be chaos all over the Middle East. And we're still fighting. Well, I'm not fighting. And I don't think no troops are fighting yet. But sooner or later, America's going to get involved. Right? And something worse is going to happen. And then, not only that, other countries might have problems because China and the Philippines have also conflict between the South China Sea and the Philippines territories that they have. So it's another thing. Now maybe the Philippines might get dragged into a war also. So there's a lot of things that's happening that other little countries are gonna get dragged in because all these little wars are happening. So now the Americans don't trust China with their electronics because most of these devices are made from China manufacturers. So people, we don't have no choice. We're living in paranoia right now. People don't trust other countries, and what's gonna happen, people are gonna isolate themselves. If you don't have close communication or you don't trust the other country, we're gonna lock each other up in isolation from other countries and no supplies. So it's gonna bring more chaos and uncertainty for the people, and there's gonna be civil distress in people's other countries. Right now, Ireland is having trouble because they want their country back. You believe that? After all these generations, Ireland wants its country back because they got so many immigrants over there that they losing, they feel that in the place that they were born and living, that they're indigenous to, well, they're not tribal people, but you know what I mean. They the true inhabitants of Ireland. and now you got all these kind of immigrants in Ireland, and they want to get rid of them. It's not gonna be that easy. Those people been there now for generations. They know your culture, and they within the government. So I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. So Ireland, you stuck with it, and also the United Kingdom has also problem with immigration too, and that's not gonna happen anytime soon because all them people that is in your country, your ancestors brought them to your country, and that's a whole nother topic. But you stuck with them. Like I said before, all this is coming around and biting you back in your rear end. And there's nothing you can do. But anyway, the topic was that Biden thinks he did a good job. So, people of the country, you think that the Biden administration did a good job? Or he just created chaos? With that, I'll let you go and think about that.